Zdravo! Hey, it's Charles here, and today is January 5th. It's almost Serbian Christmas, and so I wanted to do, I get a lot of people that write to me and ask me to speak a little bit of Serbian. You know, it's very respectful to speak a foreign language, especially in Serbia. Serbians are some of the proudest people that I've ever seen. You know, many countries you go to, Costa Rica, no offense, never mind, I'm not going to name names, but people don't really care about their past, their history, their national identity. But one thing you'll notice if you're a foreigner that's going to Serbia, Serbia is very different. It's a small country, maybe 7.5 million people, but they're very proud. They're very intelligent with their history. Some of these Serbians, Jesus, you ask a short little question about their history and oh my God, they can go on and on. It's like a book, many Serbians. To me it's interesting, but some people might be bored out of their mind, but it's just amazing how the majority of them know their history, you know. And not picking on my fellow Americans, but even myself, you know, there's many things about our short history that, you know, I wouldn't be able to rattle off, you know, or ramble on and on about, but man, they will. Anyway, I've been asked to speak a little bit of Serbian to show some respect. So when you go to Serbian, you shouldn't just automatically say, do you speak English, you know, because it's kind of an insult. It's the same in France. If you go to France and you say, do you speak English, the majority of the population is gonna, oh, no, I don't, even if they do. So you want to start out saying a few little small things, just to show that you're a respectful, decent human being that respects other cultures and other identities, you know. Anyway, let's start out basic here. To count to 5 in Serbian, jedan, dva, tri, četiri, pet. That is 1 through 5. Jedan is 1, dva is 2, tri is 3, 4 is četiri, and 5 is pet. It's kind of funny. Now the basic greetings in Serbia. My friends thought it was funny, some of my friends, when I would go to a little bar that I used to go to. For me, here in the United States, in the middle of the United States, it's common to greet someone, a stranger or someone that you don't know, by saying, how are you? You know, how are you? Just, you don't care how they are, you know, you could care less, you know, if they're doing wonderful, if they're doing terrible, you don't care. But in Serbia, you know, my friend said it was somewhat strange to just ask regular people, how are you? Anyway, to say how are you in Serbian is kako si. That would be one person. Their language is very difficult. If you were to say it to a group, if there's 3 or 4 people, kako ste would be the correct greeting to a group of people. Another one, just to say hello, you would say zdravo. Zdravo, hello. To say one of the most important things, I think, when you learn and live in a foreign country like I did. I moved to Serbia and lived there for 11 months, and I spoke almost zero Serbian. So some things I found out by living there and in Mexico and not speaking the language well, the most important things are the WH question words, which are, or the question words in general. Who, what, when, where, why, how, and how much. Those are some of the most common things. Anyway, here we go. The first one, who, is ko. What is šta. When is kad. Where, gde. Why, zašto. How, kako. How much, kako. How do you say that? How much? Koliko košto. Koliko košto. That's it. Wow, good job, Charlie. You know, one thing that really sucks for me, I lived in Mexico here for 1.5 years and recently 5 months. And so I get them mixed up. I want to say Spanish whenever I'm speaking Serbian. It's very difficult for me. My brain is like this freaking big, man. It's tiny, dude. So it's hard for me to do that. Anyway, if you want to say something I find myself saying a lot is, how do you say, if I were to say, how do you say apple, for instance? I would say, kako se, no, kako se kaže. Kako se kaže is, how do you say in English? What is your name? Kako se zoveš? Kako se zoveš? What is your name? Other greetings. Good morning. Dobro jutro. Good afternoon. Dobro veče. I'm sorry, izvini. I'm sorry is izvini. I think good afternoon is dobar dan, is good afternoon. Good evening would be dobro veče. Good night, laku noć. And I believe, you know, in the United States, we use good morning, good afternoon, good evening as a greeting to greet someone. Hello, good evening. Not good night. In the United States, when we say good night, that's always a goodbye. If you meet someone on the street and say good night, they're going to say, you're an asshole. You want me to leave? What? No. But in Mexico, they say buenas noches, which is a greeting. And in Serbian, I believe they do the same thing. Laku noć. Maybe not. Maybe it's used as a goodbye, too. I don't know. Some Serbians will comment on this, I know. Some other things that are important. A way to say, do you speak, is you can say, their language is so hard with their different tenses. It's so confusing. So, if I say, I speak a little Serbian, is govorom malo srpski. I think that's how you say that. Malo means little. You can also, if you're asking someone if they speak English, you could say, man, I'm terrible. Pričam srpski. I think that's right. Pričam or govorom. I think. God, man, I feel stupid for making this video now. Anyway, I'm not going to delete it. Some other things I know to get off all of that. That's some of the important things. I know how to say watermelon. It's lubanica. Lubanica. That's a weird. For me, one thing that was so difficult for me was the J and the L. In Serbian, they put the J and the L together. My good buddy Dejan Manojlovic in Echka, I knew him for quite some time. And when I would say his name, I would say Dejan Manojlovic. And he always said, how can you not say Manojlovic? You know, like, oh God, that J and the L is loony, man. It's lewd. Lewd in Serbian is crazy. So it's a crazy, crazy name. But anyway, JL is L. So a watermelon, lubanica. A pear is a kruška. An apricot is a kajsia. An apple is a jabuka. What else do I know? I know grape, but I can't think of it right now. Damn, I used to know all those fruits and stuff. Anyway, I know those from rakia, because rakia is their national drink. Rakia is like a brandy here in the United States, and almost every Serbian knows their rakia, man. Dunja is one of my favorite rakias, but I don't know what it is. In English, they call it a quince, whatever the hell a quince is. You know, probably my American friends are like, you don't know what a quince is, but I've never heard of a quince in my entire life. Anyway, that's really it, my friends. Something else that my friends made fun of me for. I would say glup. Glup in Serbian is, in English, is stupid. Idiot in English is idiot in Serbian. So I would say ne razumom ništa. Oh, ništa is nothing. So if I want to say I don't understand anything, I would say ne razumom ništa. Or ja sam glup Amerikanac, ne razumem ništa. That was my favorite thing to say, because it was a little bit scary when I would go into a little place by myself in some little shop. You know, I'm alone, I'm not around any other Serbians. And, you know, it's kind of strange to be in the middle of Serbia. They don't have that many strange tourists there, you know. So I would say, ja sam glup Amerikanac, izvini, ne razumem srpski. So that would be, I am a stupid American. Sorry, I don't understand anything. And so many times they would do a double look at you and smile. You know, it kind of breaks the ice, you know. So anyway, that's it, my friends. That's a little Serbian lesson for the day. Next time I'll prepare myself more, but I didn't really have a chance to. I need to go through the Serbian alphabet. That'll be my next chore here. Thank you. Goodbye is doviđenja, or Pozdrev. Thank you.
Thank you. Hvala.